Hey everybody, welcome back to another Deja Vu Nails video. So in this video I am doing a cute little actually a baby shower set. This is one of my favorite people. I love doing her nails. She always wants all kinds of extra stuff going on with them, so they're just a really fun set to do. If you notice her ring finger on her right hand, I can't do it. She actually had a really bad incident and slammed her hand in her car door. It was a really bad nightmare. Her whole nail came smooth off, and I'm talking about um, the acrylic nail and her natural nail. Like the whole sucker came off. So we are not touching that nail today. It is slowly growing back. Um, so yeah, so you won't see me working on that finger, but all the rest of them, we will be doing them up. Um, so with this set, I am doing, she likes having a little bit of curve. I've been obsessed with my knot polish tips, but in this set, I am not doing those tips because those are more straight. She likes having a little bit of that curve going on, so we are doing a little curve to them, and they will be a kind of a wide coffin, and then they have pink and gold, and I did mix in, I did get a couple knot polish colors that I did add to them as well. I have Sweet Tooth, which is like a mint, and then I have Blonded Moment, which is like a real light pastel yellow, and I absolutely love them. They add just a little bit of delicateness to the pink. Usually she does hers extremely long. This time we did not do them super long. But this is not long for her at all, just so y'all know. Her longer nails are a bit more, and so I will start documenting whenever I'm doing her nails. Her last set of nails, I did some rainbow nails, and she kept them on for almost 4 months. I literally only have to do her nails maybe once a month because her nails grow at a, I guess like a slower rate, but her nails also, like, I don't get any lifting at all. So we don't have no problems with her nails. They stay the whole time. And she is rough as hell on them. She actually does, um, like she works in a nursing home, and she also does, I think she does some other stuff too. But this girl cleans her house from top to bottom. She literally works at a nursing home. She is really, she works hard with these nails, and she actually keeps them going, and they come out great, and they actually last. So I'm very proud of that. It took me a long time to get it down to where I knew that my nails would last. Being a new person doing nails, that's usually our biggest problem, is trying to get nails to freaking stay. I used to get a lot of lifting. It took me months to figure out what was the issue. And in the end, it was the primer that I was using. I don't remember which primer I was using, but it did not do the job. Even like I watched about 8,000 videos on how to troubleshoot your lifting. The main thing that you have to do is push those cuticles back and clean up the cuticle area. Like, make sure that you file the cuticle area so that you don't have any of that cuticle left on the surface, because that will cause lifting. And then also the placement of the acrylic, don't let it flood into the cuticles because that will cause lifting as well. And as you see, you kind of get it up close of her finger. Oh my god, it looks so freaking painful. She had to keep it wrapped for like weeks because it was just a big ass, like, it just was like a gaping wound. It was so sad and scary. um it it was just terrible, terrible, guys, terrible. So with this, I'm actually using Not Polish Monomer, and I am using Not Polish Milky White, and the pink that I'm using, what pink am I using? I don't remember what pink I'm using. But here's where I come in with the Blonded Moment and the Sweet Tooth. And then I do blend in some brighter pinks. And, you know, I just wanted to have like almost a little marble effect on it. But back to what I was saying, I definitely finally figured out it was my primer that was giving me the problems. So I went through months and months of trying to perfect, which I guess I'm glad that I did, perfect my nail prep work. And I actually switched over to, this is called Premium Nails Primer, no lifting, maximum adhesion. It, from what I understand, it does have acid in it, so it's an acid primer. I learned that acid primers work really well through Neo Nails. Christy, she actually said in one of her videos that acid primers work, and so that's what kind of clicked in my mind. And the primer that I was using didn't have it, so I went on the search and found this one, and it works amazing. It's actually at one of my local nail shop supply shops, and so I don't know if I think you can get it online. If I do find like a link to it, I'll put it in the description box, and that will get you to be able to see it or order it. If you feel like you're having the same problem, then that'll actually help you out so freaking much. Like, I swear that's like my cure all for this. So with her nails, she wanted a little bit of gold, so I went ahead and added gold flake, and I added some holographic gold bling that I had, just, you know, some glitters. And I think they came out super duper cute. I love doing this so much. So I like adding different colors, seeing how they mix together. And these pastels look so good with some gold. But I will just let you guys watch the video. And yes, I did get out of frame here for a little bit. So I'll pop back in here in just a moment, guys. So filing is so important when you do your set. I file 3 or 4 times on these nails. Like I use this file. It is, I guess, what you would call like a zebra file. It is pretty sturdy. It's, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're 80 grit on both sides. I do the side shape and the tip shape with that, and then I go in with my 5M1 bit and do the cuticle area, and then the barrel of the nail. I make sure that that is level and laid out right. You will see me kind of move the hand around a lot. That's me definitely seeing the shape of it. I just want to make sure that it's nice and good in there. And then if there's anything off with the shape, then I'll go back in with the other file. And then I also generally go in with another file afterwards. Now this one, whenever I was filing, I saw that I had missed a little spot of the acrylic, and it just, I don't like imperfections because also they can compromise the nail. That sucker can snap. But if I see any imperfection, I will go back in with my acrylic and do a quick touch up real quick. And so this is just your normal typical filing. Now be sure and go around the edge of the nail near the cuticle and get that super clean, because again, that you need that flush with the nail bed, and it needs to just be like perfect, because that's what's going to cause a lot of lifting if you don't get that part down. Now with these nails, I do a little more of a hump there because they have that curved look, so it kind of looks good on them. But whenever I'm doing a straight coffin, then I can do them, I can get away with doing them a lot thinner. There's something about the straight coffin that holds the weight better for both ends. With these, I feel like the curve, they are more liable to snap or lift if you don't have a really good apex. Again, with the straight coffin, I'm finding that I can do a smaller apex and it doesn't compromise the nails. I have the same girls come in with the same nails that I sent them out with, and they live literally forever having a nice thin nail. So you can do a smaller apex. It seems like it works a lot better when you have when you have the straight coffin versus the curved tips. So yeah, that's just kind of my own theory. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments below if you have any kind of different experience with it. I kind of am interested in hearing what you guys have to say on these things. It's super interesting to me. And so I went ahead and skipped to where I did do the, like I finished my cleanup. That stuff's boring. So I did the cleanup and then had her wash her little hands. Now I'm using pixies because they just add such a delicate feature to the nail, as she absolutely loved them. She hadn't really seen pixies before. And so I did a set on my daughter and she fell in love because she saw my daughter's nails. And then I will, if I remember, I'll insert a picture. It's one of my previous videos. It's the orange uh, summertime fall nails or whatever. A little bit of summer in the fall, I think I named it, or something like that. But so I think it's one of my previous videos on here already, if it's already came out. And she just fell in love with it. So of course, the client wants what the client wants. So I do this. Now this technique sucked. I usually use a hard gel to do this, and I didn't because my glue is so freaking badass that it keeps the stones on like all the way. I mean, this client in particular, I do her stones, like I do hardcore stones on her hands, and her stones don't move a peep, guys. They do not move. I use the S&S brush on glue, and I just wasn't thinking about it. I was like, it'll work on these. No, it did not. It didn't. I'm really depressed to say that these little suckers started popping off pretty quick. Luckily, this is one of my besties, so she wasn't tripping on it too bad. Next time I know I won't be using the nail brush, the brush glue on these, because these on my daughter's nails and on her nails did not stay the way that I wanted them to. I've used my hard gel. Let me see. I think it's the IBD. Oh, it's the IBD builder gel. I've used that forever and ever, and I don't know. I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna use the glue and see what happens. And yeah, it didn't do what I needed it to do. So, just so you know, guys, don't use the glue. Use the builder gel on it.
Use the glue.
So yeah, so this is just me doing some more blingy stuff, and I had so much fun with this set. So I'll let you guys watch. So to me, her nails weren't blingy enough in my opinion, so I wanted to add a little bit extra just to make them a little more blingy. So I went ahead and did a thin coat of my top coat, and I let them cure, not the full time. I usually let them cure about 15 seconds, and then pop them out. And then as soon as I pop them out, then they are perfect for putting the gold on. So I chrome them out with gold, and they end up looking so dang cute. This just adds that little extra oomph that I was looking for, because I'm just not used to her having almost normal nails, especially her having some short normal nails. It's just not normal, so I have to do her nails up and make them just super, super cute. And she actually loved them. She didn't even know that I had the gold chrome, so I popped it out and she was just like in awe. So I always love doing that with the clients, especially if I learn new techniques. Then sometimes a lot of my clients just give me the freedom to kind of have that creative freedom for their nails, because you know, they'll show me a picture and I'll be like, oh, you know what, I can do that, but I can do that in my style. And so I really don't recreate looks too much. I usually go off of a color scheme from another set and kind of just do my thing on them, which they really like me doing. So it tends to work out. So I don't know if you guys have any kind of things, or y'all do recreations. I tend to not do recreations, but I do have a video coming up to where my client was like, look, I want this set. And I'm like, okay, well, I can do that, but I'll do kind of my version of it. And so, you know, I might, if I can remember when I'm editing, add that set in there just so you can see the picture. And if the person's information is, then I will give them I'll give them the credit that they are due, because they did do the original set. But generally, I don't do recreations of sets. I mean, if it's recreation, I guess I do it in my own style. But they are definitely inspired by the set. A lot of people always do that. They come and they bring a picture and they're like, I want this. And I'm like, well, I mean, you're not going to get that. You're going to get my version of that, because for one, that's that person's art. And for two, I can never do it perfect. I just kind of go off on my own, doing my own tangent when it comes to nails. So, doing recreations really isn't my jam. I think I did one video of a recreation, and it was of Natalie Carmona's nails, and oh my god, I fell in love with her nails so bad that I just obsessed on them until I finally did a set. And that's somewhere in my videos. If I remember, I'll add that link too. I'll add like a little tag right here. And again, in the description box, I will definitely add, if I have links to any of the stuff that I used in the video, I'll go ahead and add that in the description box. And I want to thank you guys for sticking around for a full long ass video. I don't know about you, but I enjoy watching people do nails. So, you know, I'm hoping that you guys love watching this too, because I just really enjoy watching other people do nails. So let me know if you guys like this. If you do, then I'll start doing more videos working on my clients and showing you all everything. But well, these came out super duper cute, and I'll let y'all enjoy the video. I feel like I'm just talking to talk, guys. So thank you guys so much for joining me in this video. I hope that you guys like it and keep coming back. I definitely appreciate everything that you guys have to say, any kind of advice that you guys have to give. I just like having you on here. Be sure and join me on Instagram too and tag me at Deja Voo Nels and show me your inspiration. If you do get inspired by these looks and you try them yourself, let me know. I really want to see what you guys have going on. So until next time, love you. Bye.